could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but
Welcome in, everybody. How we all doing? Kilty, I see you, my guy. We appreciate you coming in for that quick like and share. Good luck to you on that new job adventure of yours in the morning, my guy. Got Aaron coming in with that thumbs up. Scott Arthur coming in with that thumbs up as well on the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Hope we're doing fantastic this evening. So, a little bit of highlights from last week's Pro Division race, round 4, of course, at Trial Mountains. So, just some of the greatest moments and some of the not so greatest moments from our Pro Division last week, just to sum up what happened there last week. Wrong room, Ginger, my guy. All right. Hey, what's up, Sam? How you doing? Yo. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're missing a few interesting items here today. So we're going to break this down a little bit differently than you're used to seeing here from DMJ. I'm going to have to kick you out, bro. Let's go, Tom. All right. So we just had one of our Pro-Am drivers jump in, maybe thinking it was a mock race, maybe forgot the Pro Lobby was on tonight, but yeah, we're just waiting for one more driver, so he can't be in the room. In other words, it's full. He can't get in. Hey, how's it going, Leo? How you doing, brother? Oh, yeah, okay, I got you now. That all makes sense, L. Sam. All right, appreciate you, my dude. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so tonight, things are going to be a little different. It's mid-season. Now, we talked about a sportsmanship award vote after last week. That has been done in the Discord. However, there's a tie. So we need to break the tie. So the vote is going to run between the two tied drivers throughout this week. And then those 5 points will be awarded to our drivers in the standings next week. Much of the same goes for our Pro-Am lobby, actually, as well. It's quite funny, actually, that they both ended up the same way. So we won't be able to announce who our Sportsman Award winner for the first time this season is for those bonus championship 5 championship points. So we head all the way over to Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. Dragontrail Seaside. Pretty staple track here at Gran Turismo. Of course, this is a fictional racetrack. It's based in Croatia. And, well, we all know the track. We all know, well, certain sectors of this racetrack especially. One just coming up just into the picture here shortly on the screen in front of you. So it is going to be 5 times tire wear. It is going to be 3 times fuel consumption for these drivers. So every time they go around the racetrack, they're using 5 laps worth of tires and 3 laps worth of fuel. Drivers are definitely going to have to keep that in check here this race, as it is not our typical 40-minute race tonight. It is a 50-minute endurance race, and there is no qualifying here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We are putting the order based off of their championship point standings in reverse grid. So what does that mean, you may ask? Well, that means that our championship point standing leader will start at the back of the pack tonight, and the gentleman holding up the bottom of the standings tonight will start off on pole position. So if the grid sits exactly the way the grid is right now, that's going to put a new driver, Bo Snipe, on the pole position. Just qualified in over the weekend here, qualifying in at the bottom end of the pro split, and boy, talk about getting thrown into the fire. Pole position, first race of the season against an extremely fast group of drivers. Should be interesting. Let's go, Tom. Hey, good luck, gentlemen. Good luck, all, says Paul. How you doing, Paul? Especially you, Nolander B fam. Chris coming in with that thumbs up. Joe coming in with that thumbs up. Ian with the share on the stream. You guys are all legends. All right. Just checking on everything. Everything's looking pretty good. How we doing for time? We're doing really good for time. So we're going to bring up our famous track maps here on GT45 Gaming in just a second. We're going to talk a little bit about Dragontrail Seaside before we take you guys over to the big screen. I'm going to set the grid in approximately 4 minutes or so, and then we're going to send it. So, Ginger, if you're watching, brother, I'm sorry I had to boot you out. Need the room for the pros. Oh, we lost the driver? Alright, so Mischievous will be back here shortly. Hopefully everything's alright. Hopefully it's not a connection issue. All the drivers look great on track here tonight too as well. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll get get to that in just a little bit here. So we're going to talk about Dragontrail Seaside, the track everybody knows, the track that probably kills the most race cars out of any track in Gran Turismo, and is, well, as the community knows it, the death chicane, the chicane of death. Barrier is definitely very prominent in that section around this racetrack. Let's go, boys. Hashtag Apex Racing Team, says Chris. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our track map. Just a second, chat. I'm getting something in from race control. Bear with me. Understood. Can you send me that information, please? Thank you. Just bear with me, chat. We have something coming in from race control. Breaking news coming in from Dragontrail Seaside, ladies and gentlemen. Press release. Dragontrail Seaside has 2 chicanes. One is a medium speed chicane north of the start finish line and has plenty of room to run off needed. The other is a high speed chicane located near the marina with barriers lining the racing surface of the track. The chicane has often been referred to as the chicane of death by drivers all around the world, and for good reason. Even a minor mistake here can end a driver's race. Drivers from all over the globe have either had an incident in the chicane or personally know someone who has. This one chicane alone has destroyed more race cars than all other turns combined here at Dragontrail Seaside. Despite complaints from drivers, teams, sponsors, track officials say they have no plans or desire to make any changes to the chicane. The track officials have decided to stand behind the track design as is. However, this is not entirely true. The track officials announced they have decided to name this section of the track in respect of the track name Dragontrail and in honor of some Croatian mythology. Track officials have finally named this chicane, you ready, ladies and gentlemen? The Feeding. Ooh, I like that. According to Croatian mythology, dragons would take flight and fight with clouds during storms. This was evident by the crashing thunderbolts heard throughout the land and the hailstones that would fall from the sky. Dragons were revered and feared. To keep the powerful dragons from destroying their towns, the people would feed the dragons with whey and other sacrifices. This would become such a common practice, it became known as feeding the dragon. So the big question here, ladies and gentlemen, is the dragon gonna get fed tonight, or are the drivers gonna conquer the infamous Croatian racetrack? So, with that being said, let's talk about our track map, shall we? Oh, it's not coming up. There we go. All right, Dragontrail Seaside, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. So, on the map, on the screen in front of you is a little bit about Dragontrail Seaside. It is 3.24 miles, 5.2 kilometers, has 19 left and right hand turns. It is a tarmac surface. It's an original circuit in Gran Turismo. It has an elevation change of 125 feet. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dragontrail Seaside. On the left-hand center part of the track image itself, you see a little blue dot. There's a white arrow. That arrow is pointing towards the top of the track map. That is our start-finish line here today. So, that's going to take us into the first corner. So, let's go for a walk around Dragontrail Seaside. Corner 1, Hallex. Just a very little sweeping corner here. Very high speed, full send around there. Don't need to brake 2-3 wide. Should be relatively easy for especially this Pro Division. That takes us into the first chicane here on the racetrack, and that's turns 2 and 3, and they're calling that Hollow Bones. That now takes us up into Brood. Nice little straightaway right there, and then that takes us into turn 5, Dragon's Wing. From there, that takes us into that very interesting, not quite full hairpin hailstone, down that light little straightaway here into Draciana. So again, just a little kink there, and then that takes us into the Dragon's Lair. The uphill S's here, multiple lines through that sector, but some are better than others. You get it wrong, boy, you pay the price. That takes us up into the next little kink leading into the bottom side of the racetrack, and that little kink is Thunder, taking us into this very long, tight sweeping corner to lead us into the ever so famous chicane here on Dragontrail Seaside, and we're calling that Hydra, ladies and gentlemen. From there, that takes us into a little S sector as a Dragon's Breath, which then takes us into the Feeding, aka the Chicane of Death. That takes us down in through the tunnel Slumber, and that is where the penalty serving zone will be held here for the drivers that have penalties, which takes us into our final corner, Chimera, sorry. And then, of course, Little Kink, turn 19, caudal fin struts. So essentially, ladies and gentlemen, what that is on a Dragon, if you go and do some research on that, and this was a fun one. Compliments, of course, again of Miss Devious, ladies and gentlemen, coming in with the massive, awesome track maps here. I mean, what else can we say? Great stuff here from Miss Devious, as always. Ooh, it's not a matter of the Dragon will get fed, it's a matter of when, says Chris. Can I race? You cannot, Ghost, you have to qualify. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I am going to set the grid, so just bear with me for 1 second. You're going to lose me just for a moment, and then we're going to get this thing going. And then we'll talk about our championship standings. Alright, so what's happening here now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm just going to set the starting grid. This is based off the championship points standings. Alright, so it's going to be Bo Snipe sitting on pole position. It's going to be followed up with Nolander sitting in second place just behind him. In third place is going to be G-Bub, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And Mr. G-Bub Trowick coming in from Expendable Racing. Let's get it in the right spot. All right, fourth place driver is going to be NLR Knutson. So Knutsen's going to get a nice juicy P4 here to start his race today. And he's a quick driver, so see if you can take advantage of that too as well. We got Tattooed Freak sitting in fifth place from Apex Racing Team, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to be starting off in a nice little juicy spot on the grid here as well. In sixth place is going to be Apex Racing's Larry Birch. Followed up by Lucas 36, who is back on track here today. So it's fantastic to see Lucas out and racing here again this week. ATK Streeter Tom will now come in beside him in 8th place. It's going to be followed up by Smiley, who's not on track here. I'm confused. Alright. It's going to be Badass sitting in behind Mr. Streeter Tom. It's going to be Miss Devious sitting in behind Badass as well, sitting on the grid here. So 10th place for Miss Devious on the grid tonight. It's going to be CRF just in behind Miss Devious. Sorry, yeah, yes, in behind. It's going to be Payme sitting right in behind CRF. LJ sitting in 13th. And LJ sitting in 14th. I think we're missing a driver. Who's not checked in? Oh, Smiley. Where are you at, Smiley, my guy? Alright. He's in behind Tom. And then we got Badass, Miss Devious, CRF, Bebe, Jakey. What is going on? Alright, I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. We just had a driver bounce out, so we're not going to quite start this race just yet. But the grid is set. So we'll give Jakey a couple of minutes. Let's talk about Jakey here for a minute. Now, Apex Racing's Jakey is our two-time defending champion here at DMJ North America. For both seasons, he has won the events. Alright, so alright. Adrena number 9 will extra cheese and large soda. Done. Sad. Every stream I've gone to today been lagging and sputtery all day. YouTube is perfect, and then to get the sputter on Facebook. Oh, I just frozen. Oh, okay, I got you, Jakey. You can start without Jakey so fast he'll catch you up. Payday coming in with that show. Sleepy coming in with that like. How you doing, Sleepy404 over on Facebook Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Call of Duty streamer. She can shred like you can't believe. Go over there and say hi. Alright, so we just got to let everybody check back in. We just reset the lobby. We're going to give Jake a chance to get back into the lobby, and then we get to set the grid all over again. So, just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get you guys all over to the screen here in just a second. So, this is a nice calm look at what we're about to see here tonight. A little production crew taking us around some different angles around the racetrack here. So always putting in the work is that production crew here. So we do appreciate, of course, all the effort from them. So just, of course, giving the driver a chance to reset. Yeah, now's a good time to make sure you guys are on your tires and all that stuff. Nolander, if you're ever in the driver's briefing, you'd know this. They're racing mediums this week. Alright, so we just gotta let everybody get in. And then I can reset that grid again. And hopefully it saved the grid. That'd be ideal. So, looking for a three-peat here tonight is Apex Racing's Jakey. He won in Spa round 3. He won last week in Trial Mountain, but Seaside, well, we all know Dragontrail Seaside defeating, aka the Chicane of Death. Definitely going to claim some victims here tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see. These are pros, so, you know, they're not exempt. They're definitely not exempt. From the damage that, of course, that corner can provide to all the drivers. Hey, it did it. Almost kept the grid right. Alright, tame, LJ, CRF, Miss Devious. I don't think it's got it right. Hold on. I got to make a couple changes to the grid here. I didn't quite save it perfectly. Alright, so it's going to be Bow Snipe, Nolander, G-Bub, Knudsen, Apex Tattooed, Apex Birch, Lucas, Cheater Tom, Streeter Tom, Smiley, TCR Badass was Devious, CRF, Payme, LJ, and Jakey. Alright. Alright, let's tell our drivers good luck, and let's flip you over to the big screen. You guys ready? Ladies, gentlemen, are we ready? Vic, what's up? Mow him down, Larry. Sadly, with new job I start tomorrow, won't be available for backup driver. That's alright. No worries, Kilty. You gotta do you, my guy. You know, you're always welcome here. You know that, my dude. You know that, my dude. Egon coming in with that thumbs up. What's up, my dudes? Alright. Let's do it, chat. Let's do it. Just give me a Facebook, drop a like, back to YouTube. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's stalling on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. If that's the case, do let me know. If you're all having the same issues. If that's the case, it's definitely something going on with the platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kick them tires, light them fires. It's time to go racing. Alright, false start here, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for those lights to go green, and it is going to be race time. So, the back at the front, and our championship points leaders at the back of the pack. 50 minutes, and it starts now. Here we go, and we're off, and Bow Snipe gets a great start here as we're heading into the first corner. Hallex, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Bow Snipe gets a great launch, and he gets a good, nice hole shot here, so we're going to try and stick with the pack here as we come through turns 1, 2, and, sorry, turns 2 and 3 and 4 here, and this is where things are going to get a little bit dicey. As, oh, we got one driver off here. We're going to go take a look at that real quick. We're just checking on everybody. You guys can see what I can see. We got another driver off. Oh boy, this is just a big old commotion. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so we have one driver off, and that was Tattooed. And it looks like, yeah, he does have some damage. So, oh, Tough start there for Tattooed Freak, as it is from front end aero damage on Tattooed Freak. So Knudsen up in the second. We got Nolander in the third. We got Birch up in the fourth. Smiley's up at the fifth. We got Payme and Miss Devious battling for sixth and seventh. Miss Devious is going to slot up into sixth. Payme is going to tuck in seventh. We got Streeter Tom in eighth. We got LJ in ninth. We got Badass in 10th. Right behind him is our defending champion Jakey, moving up spots already. CRF in 12th. We got Lucas down in the 13th. We got G-Bub in 14th. And Freak isn't that far behind these guys. He's got lots of time, only 4 seconds. So collected himself quickly there as this race gets underway. Nolander knows it's now too late. So yeah, well, it is what it is. Alright, so here we go. Bull Snipe made it through. And everybody has survived defeating on lap 1. Great job, gentlemen and ladies. This is why they're the pros, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. That is it. The red flag situations are null and void here now, ladies and gentlemen. It is race on. So here we go. Bo Snipe in the lead as we coming into Hallex. And here he goes. This is now leading us into Hollow Bones, turns 2 and 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go as Bo Snipe leads the way. Knudsen is on his tail. Knudsen's like, where are you going? Nolander here in third place. So here we go. Nolander B-Fam, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear the chat roar. We got Larry Birch, Apex Racing's Larry Birch here up into P4. We got Smiley here in 5th place, and he is under fire from Miss Devious. He's going to go up the inside as we come into the corner. Woo, high speed kink. Great job by these two. We're still side by side. Here we go. Miss Devious is going to slot up into P5, so very quickly jumping ahead of Smiley. Smiley going to respond as we head up into it. The Dragon's Lair. No. Looks like he's going to settle in here, and we're all going to play nice through the S's. So here we go. LJT, the Streeter Tom's just going to tuck in there. You can see Payme up in 9th place here, so slow start for Payme here. Jakey's sitting right there in 10th place, maybe just being patient. Our championship points leaders here. We got Badass in 11th. We've got CRF in 12th place. We've got Lucas here in 13th. We've got G-Bub in 14th, and Tattooed Freak here in 15th. So you guys notice something on the screen. CRF now a member of Apex Sim Racing Team, so much like we see every season here at DMJ. I know it's not up, Chris. There's a reason, my guy. There's a reason. You guys get a freebie this week. Alright, so it's Bo Snipe here in the lead, and it is Knudsen here in 2nd place. We've got Nolander just right there, 2.5 seconds in behind these guys in 3rd. Whoop, we got Larry in 4th. Oh, we had 3 wide coming through the corner there. It looked like, and ooh, this is going to get spicy. We're just going to go check on everybody's cars here. Alright, look at this great battle here. Oh boy, and Payme's getting it all sorts of wrong. And Payme getting to the wall. He's facing the wrong direction on the racetrack there. And oh boy, that is not what Payme wanted to see there. Ooh, that was a tough hit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go take another look at that and see what happened there. Very, very, very close quarter racing here by all these drivers. You can see Payme's just giving lots of respect there. Oh, maybe a little bit of touch there on the back end of the car in front. And then, oh boy, tough hit there from Payme. You can see some front suspension damage on that race car here. Oh boy, Seaside already showing its teeth. Alright, Knudsen making the move on Bo Snipe. Are we going to be able to catch it? No, we just missed it. So Knudsen now in the lead of the race here. And he is now going to lead things off here. So our first lead change of the night now belonging to NLR Knudsen. He's our 2nd race leader tonight. So Bo Snipe now in 2nd, tucked in behind chasing. Oh, Nolander sitting in 3rd place, gaining a little bit of time on these drivers up ahead. We got Larry Birch and LJ and Miss Devious in behind battling for position. It looks like LJ is going to grab that position, so let's go take a quick peek at that as we just missed that. So he takes it up the inside here as we're coming into the corner into, I believe it's the Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Breath it is, ladies and gentlemen, and LJ slots up ahead of Miss Devious as they come in through the corner. So some great stuff there. Oh, we got one driver moving a little slow, and it's LJ there. We see some 4-ways on. Everything looks all good. Knudsen and Bo Snipe already around that final corner. Larry Birch leading the way here in P3, but he's got a train coming. And LJ sitting there in 4th place just in behind. We got Miss Devious in 5th. We've got Streeter Tom up into 6th place. Nolander down to 7th, so a little bit of damage on Nolander's car, so it must have had a little incident there. Smiley here in 8th place. We've got Jakey in 9th, and he's taking a look here. He's just going to take a peek, and is he going to go on the outside coming into Hollow Bones here? No, he's just going to give that space. He's going to see if Smiley's going to make a mistake and leave an opening here, and Jake is just being patient, showing signs of a true champion here. We do have a car moving a little bit slow there as these drivers are coming up, and I believe That's Miss Devious there, so maybe making a little mistake coming out of Hollow Bones there, and that's going to cost her a couple of positions down to P8. Now Jakey is pressing, and oh boy, here we go. We got to stick with this battle as we come up into the Dragon's Lair. Side by side is Miss Devious and Jakey. Here we go. Are they going to go 2 by 2 through the Dragon's Lair? Yes, we are. Multiple lines. We're going to go 2 by 2 between here, CRF and Lucas in behind as well. And oh, Miss Devious is just going to edge Jakey out, but is he going to get the response here? A little bit of curve there. Wow, that was some great racing by these drivers. Miss Devious is just going to hang tough here in 8th place. Jakey in 9th place. Couldn't find a response, and now he's under fire from CRF. And CRF is going to take a look up the inside, and Jakey's going to lose that spot. We're going to have to see as we come through. Over 3 wide. Oh, we got Nolander down, and oh boy, now we got it. Now we got an incident here. Oh boy. Jakey getting caught up in that incident. That is very unfortunate for Jakey. He's going to have some front spoiler damage on that race car now. Oh, tight quarters. Everybody's coming through. Everybody's going to survive. All right, let's keep going back here. So Nolander. Oof, rough race here for Nolander. And that car struggling. He has all kinds of damage up on that car. We got Lucas here in 13th. We've got Freak in 14th. And Payme down in 15th here. So we're about 9 seconds off right now. So pit strategies now, ladies and gentlemen, are definitely going to have to come in. And the feeding has started. Absolutely, Joe. Absolutely. They're partnered in it. Yes. Fanatec and GT Omega. That's correct. That is correct, my man. So we do have Knudsen, and he's pulling out a nice little gap here. 2.3 seconds right now on second place driver Bo Snipe. So he did start on the pole position and looking real solid here in his first race of the season. So gets tossed up on pole position, thrown right into the fire, and has responded quite well here so far tonight. LJ in 3rd place, and he has Larry Birch just in behind there in 4th place. So LJ has made his way around teammate Larry Birch there and onto the podium. Larry in 4th place chasing. So these drivers are very quickly on pace. Smiley now up into P5 there, and he wasn't lagging when we started. A little bit coming into effect here now, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for some of these drivers to get around here. We got G-Bob up in behind in 6th place as well. G-Bob's got the run as we come up in through the Dragon's Lair here. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the two drivers. And here we go, side by side. That's going to put G-Bob on the outside of the corner. Can he get the move done on Smiley? Here we go as we're coming around. We're still side by side now as we head into the Dragon's Breath. And is G-Bob gonna... Yep, G-Bob's just going to settle in. These drivers know that it's not a good idea to try and go 2 by 2. You're going to... Either one of you is going to wreck, or you're both going to lose a ton of time. So, oh, and Smiley a little bit sideways coming out of there. And, oh, boy. G-Bob's got the run, though, as he comes out. A little bit of contact there. These drivers are racing hard here. A little bit of tire rubbing, legs playing a little effect there, and G-Bob's going to get the job done coming into the final corner here. So great job by G-Bob. He's going to park it on the apex, make sure Smiley has no shot at a cutback here. We're going to see Smiley come into pit lane, so tire strategy is already coming into effect here, maybe a little bit. All right, side-by-side battle here between CRF and Miss Devious. No, it's Badass and Miss Devious. Streeter Tom and Miss Devious. My apologies. Streeter Tom going to be coming out of the inside of in Hollow Bones here. So let's get on board with Miss Devious here. She's just going to... Tom's going to slip up ahead there into 6th place. Oh, Miss Devious almost ate too much curve there. Maybe that's what happened to her the lap previous. And you can see that slowed her down just enough there. Now CRF is on her case. So... let's jump on board with CRF here and see if he can make any time up. He gets a nice, good, tight entry into that corner. A little late on the power, being a little cautious in this car, obviously. And this is great racing here so far. Some unfortunate racing, some unfortunate incidents here for some of the drivers, but Badass here in 9th place. We got Lucas 36 here after missing 2 weeks due to real life racing. So hey, pretty good reason. Back in the sim racing world here and trying to continue his charge up in through the standings as well, sitting in 10th place. We got Jakey just behind in 11th. And Smiley here in 12th place. So a couple drivers making some early pit stops here. We got Tattooed Freak in P13. We've got Nolander here in 14. Had a rough start to his race at Nolander. And Payme here in 15th. And yeah. Couple drivers getting just caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time, and well, had a little chat with our friend Barry R. So Knudsen here now in the lead. Let's jump on board with Knudsen. Let's do a flying lap here. So coming into Hollow Bones here, ladies and gentlemen, turns 2 and 3. We just went through Hallex, the first corner, and that's going to take us up into Brood, and that's this little guy right here. That now takes us into turn 5, which is the Dragon's Wing. And then that leads us into Hailstone, and, well, fitting name for this corner in my opinion. From there we're on a little bit of a straight run here, and then that takes us into this little kink at Drakiana. Drakiana, I apologize, and then into the Dragon's Lair. So the S's, the uphill S's, multiple lines through here, but if you can apex all 3 S's, you're going to get the best line through here. You can send it really good rate of speed. Once we get out of that, we come into a little kink called Thunder here, and that takes us into this little bit of a elongated, tight sweeping corner, and we're calling this Hydra, not Dro, Hydra. From there, that takes us into turns 11 and 12. This little S sector here, that's the Dragon's Breath, and of course leading into the Feeding, which is the Chicane of Death, aka, ladies and gentlemen. So, and there we go, great rate of speed there from Knudsen as he came through there, and then we come out through Slumber, the tunnel, the Dragon's Belly, and leading around the final corner, Chimera. So there we go. And this is you got to be careful when you get on the power on that corner, because you can very easily unsettle the car and end up sideways quickly. And that, well, we all seen what that what can happen when you end up sideways on the racetrack. So what happened to Nolander? Nolander had an incident into. I just went through the corner names and I can't remember it. Right before the S's for the chicane. So we've got LJ. LJ is closing in on Bo Snipe here, 2.6 seconds. So he was a little bit further behind than that before. It's Larry here now, 4 seconds behind LJ. So about 2 seconds gain there. G-Bub still sitting strong here in 5th place, but Streeter Tom trying to close in, definitely in the slipstream here, within a half second of a G-Bub here as they come into. Ooh, that's such a great corner right there, Hailstone. Alright, so that's taking us up into the Dragon's Lair where those two gentlemen are at. CRF here in 7th place. He's just coming out of Hailstone there right now. Misdevious just coming out of Hailstone, not too far in behind. Badass starting to close in. He's just within a second of Misdevious here in 9th place as they head up into Dragon's Lair. We have Apex Racing's Jakey here in P10, so defending champion here, currently sitting in 10th position. We've got Lucas here sitting in P11. We've got Smiley in 12th. Flying Fox Racing, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Tattooed Freak from Apex Racing here in 13th, of course, founder and owner of the team there. Nolander, of course, new team founder of Rad as well, ladies and gentlemen. So the first Rad team driver here in DMJ series, but I do suspect we will see more in the future, of course. And then we have Apex Racing's Payme, so 18 seconds in behind Nolander right now, and just got his head down and just trying to see what he can do here. You like Hydro? I know he spun out, not sure if Sausage took him or too wide of a turn. Hard to say, he might have just got on that throttle a little too early. We did just miss it, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I know, right? You gotta have like the beer fridge right beside the couch. That's just a rule, you know. But Knudsen looking for his first race win of the season here. He's looking solid so far in 1st place. We still have a very long time to go here. 36 minutes remaining in this 50-minute endurance race here today. Bo Snipe here sitting in 2nd place. So that does not mean Bo Snipe gets pole position point here this week. There is no pole position point here in round 5 or round 10. So the only bonus point available this week is that fastest lap on the track. Very vital point this week for these drivers at the midway point through our season here. LJ in 3rd place, and he was reeling him in a little bit. He still is. He's got it just about under 2 seconds here now. So lap by lap, he's peeling a little bit of time off of Bo Snipe there in 2nd place. So pretty good driving here so far from our top 3. We got ATK Streeter Tom now up into 4th place, 12.5 seconds in behind our podium drivers. And we got a battle there. We've got Misdevious, G-Bub, we've got Badass, we've got who else up in behind there. So right now Misdevious has a little bit of a space for G-Bub, but G-Bub has a whole train of drivers coming up in behind here with Badass, with Jakey, and I believe it's Larry Birch there as well. So G-Bub cutting off a little bit of that cutback move there as well. So a little bit of defensive driving coming from G-Bub here right away, and here we go. This is always tricky when you're in Dirty Arrow, and G-Bub just got collected up in the feeding there. So our first sacrifice of the evening now going to Dragontrail Seaside in G-Bub Trowwick. Fortunate that he didn't get full damage there. That was a tough hit, but Definitely picking up some full front end damage on that hit, and looking like he's going to lose position to Lucas here. Lucas is going to take it off on the outside, and G-Bub's going to follow Larry Birch into pit lane. So there we go. First confirmed victim of the evening belongs to G-Bub Trawick here, and well, the people of Croatia are going to be very happy to see a sacrifice made here tonight to keep those dragons at bay, ladies and gentlemen. Bo Snipe here in second place. We've got LJ in third. Not too much happening right now up front. Streeter Tom's got a nice little 7-second gap. He's sitting nice and cozy. Nice little wiggle as he brought that the BMW out of the corner there. We've got CRF in fifth place, and he's just coming out through there. So here we go, heading up into the S's now. Up into the Dragon's Lair is CRF, and in that beautiful looking car. That's a great color scheme, actually. That is fantastic right there. We got Apex Racing's Jakey now up into sixth place, of course, with a series of pit stops happening in front. That puts Mischievous up into seventh. We have Badass in eighth. We've got Lucas close behind in ninth. Smiley's just off in the distance here in 10th as well. That puts Tattooed Freak. He's only 1.7 seconds in behind him. Nolander's now only 2.6 seconds in behind Tattooed Freak. Payme still about 16 seconds off, but gaining time. Larry Birch in behind Payme here by about 6 seconds, and G-Bub now out of pit lane there after that tough hit coming through the feeding there in P15. So the first victim of the night. It took till lap 10, so that was pretty good here from our drivers. But Knutson, 6.7 seconds up the road. When does Knutson decide to make his pit stop is the bigger question. We've got Bo Snipe here in second place, and he's got 1.7 seconds. So LJ, slowly but surely, has just been railing him in bit by bit, lap by lap, about a tenth, maybe tenth and a half every lap. But before you know it, he's in that slipstream, and that time is going to start to deplete really quickly. So LJ doing some work here in third place, trying to gain on Bo Snipe in second place. We got ATK Streeter Tom here in fourth, and a little bit of a gap there. CRF in fifth place as well. He's just solo at the moment, but we're going to see these drivers tighten back up as pit stops happen. So Apex Racing's Jakey here in sixth place, and he had a tough, took a tough hit there, got collected as Nolander's incident going into coming out of Hydra. And just getting collected there as he came around the corner. Couldn't quite get out of the path of Nolander, so both drivers quite fortunate. The Magic Cruise we got here in Gran Turismo 7, they get these cars out lickety-split for these drivers so they continue on racing. Mischievous under pressure from Freak here, so side by side, and Freak gets the job done quick and efficient there from Tattooed Freak, as there was no doubt there when he was going to make that move, and he's going to move himself now up into P10. That puts Mischievous down into 11th place. Nolander now on the back of this fight. So here we go, three-way battle for 10th, 11th, and 12th place here as we are all coming through Dragon's Breath and heading into the feeding. And let's see what Nolander has as he comes out. And look at those drivers go. Freak got a great exit coming out of the feeding there. He is already up the road. Payme here, he's chipping away. About a half second a lap right now. It looks like he's chipping away at the pack. So he is definitely starting to move. We got Larry Birch here in 14th, and G-Bub here about 5 seconds in behind him in 15th. So strategies. One stops, I don't know how feasible the one stop is. I'm sure it's quite feasible. I think you would have to go 2 medium stints in order for one stop to work efficiently here this week. But 2 stop is also just as feasible here. So that'll be 2 soft tire stints and 1 medium tire stint essentially here on the racetrack, of course, to make sure that you get the medium tire mandate required here for round 5. Ooh, and Knutson almost got it wrong there. Got very fortunate. He didn't collect himself up into Barrier there, and he's still holding on to first place. But Bo Snipe and LJ are just lurking about 8.5 seconds in behind there right now. So very fortunate there for Knutson. He gathered that car up, and Bo Snipe is now under pressure. LJ is on top of him. So here we go, LJ in the slip, but are they nearing their pit window is the bigger question. We're about 5 minutes away from that point if we're going to see some one stops coming from these drivers. So it's going to be interesting to see when, I guess, the drivers decide to make that pit stop. And Bo's doing a good job at holding LJ off currently, but LJ is in that slip. You can see that timer just dropping. 7 is dropping about 300 every second here. So by the time we get into Hollowed Bones, I do suspect LJ is going to be really close to Bo Snipe here, and maybe within a shot of making a move going into Hailstone. Mark, how you doing, my guy? Coming in with that thumbs up. Hope you're doing fantastic, my dude. John, also with the thumbs up on the stream. Much love, my dude. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far here tonight. And here we go. Battle on for second place. LJ is tucked in. He is in behind that rear bumper of Bo Snipe here as they come around. Bo taking a lot of curb there. And I was going to say that might unsettle that race car. And LJ is going to move it up into P2. So it's going to be down to P3 for Bo Snipe, but he just settles back in and he just continues on. He doesn't panic there. He gets it back underneath of him, and he is right back on the road. So losing a little bit of time there to LJ, but still in that fight. Fourth place CRF here. He is gaining 19 seconds right now. He has two-time champion here coming in, starting to close in. 1.8 seconds is Jakey now in fifth place. Smiley's up in P6 here as he comes around, and there's 10 seconds between him and Jakey. Badass is only 3 seconds in behind Smiley currently, and he's having a nice solid race here for himself tonight. Tattooed Freak in 8th place here as he is trying to reel Badass in front, and Nolander just chasing in behind here in 9th place. So, and Nolander's looking real solid here so far tonight. That puts Tom here in P10 as he's made a pit stop here on track as well. Paymay's up into 11th place here now, and looking like you were going to see a pit stop coming from Paymay here pretty soon. We got Larry in 12th place. We've got Lucas in 13th, and he has G-Bub right there in behind him, just knocking on the door of that slipstream here in 14th place. So battle of the orange cars here tonight between G-Bub and Lucas potentially here, and Miss Devious now in 15th place here, obviously with a pit stop being made by her. So our race leader has come in to pit lane. So Knutson making his stop here for the evening. 3M here. These lobbies looking nice and stable these days. Great race, great comms. Yeah, appreciate you, Paul. Hey, they're getting better. They're definitely getting better, Mark. They're getting better. Not perfect, but they're better. We got Cartier West coming in with the thumbs up. Cartier West Gaming over on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute legend. Great vibes over there. Go say hi. Cody Bass coming in with that thumbs up as well. Hope you're doing well, Cartier. It's been a long time, my G. Got Bo Snipe here in second place. We've got CRF in third, and CRF and Jakey fighting here for that podium position. So here we go. Let's see if anything's going to happen here as we head up into the Dragon's Lair. There's an uphill set of S's here on Dragontrail Seaside. So here we go. Let's see if Jakey can line them up and get something happening on the exit of these S's. And yes, he is already closing in on CRF here. So our defending champion showing us why he's our defending champion here. And he is in the slip, and he's going to be looking for that move here as we head into the corner. Ooh, juicy. Hydra. I can never remember this corner. On the inside, heading into Hydra, and easy peasy lemon squeezy. Apex Jake's going to move up into P3. Not a lot of fight coming from CRF there. Maybe a smart strategic play here from CRF. Going to tuck in behind Jakey and maybe save a little fuel, save a little extra tire, maybe see what he's going to do. Pit when he pits. We'll have to see how that plays out. Knudsen comes out of his stop in 5th place, and he's just coming through the feeding in behind these drivers. So Smiley just entering the feeding, coming out of Dragon's Breath right now. Ooh, almost clipping that wall there, but that might have been a little bit of the lag we're seeing there as well. We got Badass and Tattooed Freak nose to tail here as we come through the feeding here now. And great exits by both these drivers. So Badass holding him off here so far in 7th place, but Freak's got the run. Is he going to take a look up the inside here? Yes, he's going to stick it up the inside. Is he going to be able to get the job done? Yes, great move there by Freak, but Badass is going to dip it into pit lane there. And ooh, maybe pit lane infraction coming for Badass as we see him cross that white line. Streeter Tom here now going to take over 8th place with that pit stop from Badass. Larry Birch should also grab that position here as well as he comes around, moving himself up into 9th place. I'm not sure how long the pit stops here at Seaside are with these shorter stops these drivers are making. Let's go, Tom. What a battle. Action so good I can't sleep till who knows. Till you know who wins? I know, right? Alright, so we got Lucas here in 10th place. We've got G-Bub in 11th. Nolander in 12th. So drivers making those pit stops. Very different times here. Badass in pit lane right now. You can see him refueling that car. Paymay now in 14th here. Moving up into 13th. Miss Devious just coming around here. So ooh, there we go. Bo Snipe back in the lead of this race, so he has gotten the lead back from his pole position here. But you can see we're going to be seeing a pit stop coming from this driver very, very soon. So let's see it if it happens right now. Yes, so our race leader Bo Snipe now coming into pit lane here on Dragontrail Seaside. We got Jakey now. What's he going to do as he comes around? Is he going to be coming in for his next pit stop as he comes around the final corner here as well? A Chimera No, he's going to go again. So Apex Racing's Jakey's going to take the race lead for the first time here tonight. We're going to see CRF pit in behind Jakey. Knudson's going to come around. That puts him in P4. So he still has Jakey to contend with, but currently looking in good position to take the race lead back over when he does decide to pit. Smiley's going to come around. That's going to put him in 3rd place as he comes through. It's going to put Apex Racing's LJ right there in 4th place, and looks like Bo's going to come out in 5th place. Streeter Tom just in behind at speed here in 6th place. He's going to grab that position on CRF. CRF still getting some gas in that car. We've got Tattooed Freak in pit lane. Where is Larry Birch now as he comes around? And that's going to put him up. Ooh, battle here with CRF. He's coming out. We got a hot lap traffic situation here, and he's just going to get it done as he comes around Hallex into Hollowed Bones. So CRF just coming out in behind Larry Birch there in 8th place. We've got G-Bub in 9th, and ooh, here we go. Boy, these two have seen a lot of each other in this series so far this season. It's Nolander and G-Bub, and Nolander's going to get the move done coming into Hollow Bones, but G-Bub looking for a response here. Ooh, a little bit of a touch on the back bumper there. I don't think that's what he intended. I think he was looking for the cutback there, but just got a little too close to Nolander's bumper there, and just helped him through the corner, if anything, there. So here we go as we come into Hailstone. Nose to tail is Nolander and G-Bub is here. G-Bub makes anything happen here as we come up into the Dragon's Lair. The uphill S is here. Coming around a little kink here. I believe that one's called Thunder. And then here we go. So heading into the Dragon's Lair, the uphill S is that takes us into the infamous part of this racetrack here. Famous, infamous, whatever you want to call it. And Nolander's doing a great job there at keeping G-Bub off the back end of him. Oh, and we've lost Lucas there. So we have lost Lucas. I'm not that surprised, but really unfortunate there. So still getting in the race here, and he's still going to get some points at least here tonight. So disconnect there for Lucas 36, and that's going to put him in a P15 finish here today. Nolander got a great run heading through Dragon's Breath into the feeding. Ooh, G-Bub got real close to that wall, but he does a great job at keeping it all together there. So let's keep going through our field here. Let's see what else we can see. Oh, we got Paymay, and he is starting to fly here in 11th place, starting to hunt down G-Bub in 10th. We got Freak here in 12th after making his pit stop as he comes through the feeding there. A little bit of a wiggle on that curve. We got Miss Devious here in 13th as she's coming through into the feeding here right now as well. And great exit and entry there. And Badass just in behind. Ooh, a little bit of a slide from our 14th place driver Badass there. And of course Lucas having to put the car in behind the wall here in the first one of the day. So not too bad. All right, Knudsen sitting in the lead. 12.7 seconds is the gap to Apex Racing's LJ in 2nd place. He's got 4 seconds on Bo Snipe in 3rd place. Bo Snipe has ATK Streeter Tom hunting him down right here in 4th place. Only 1.3 seconds is that gap. Kelty coming in with that thumb up on the stream. My guy. Apex Racing's Jakey here in 5th place with 21.5 minutes remaining in this race. We've got Larry Birch in 6th place being chased by CRF here in 7th. We've got Nolander here in 8th place. 6 seconds is that gap to CRF here currently in 7th place. And he's got about 2.8 seconds on G-Bub in behind. So we'll have to see if these two get all spiced back up here again. Paymay now up into 10th place. And Smiley chasing right just in behind there in 11th. So Paymay's found himself back up into the top 10. We've got Tattooed Freak here in P12. Miss Devious in 13th. And Badass is right there in that slipstream range now in 14th in behind. So we won't see a move here, but maybe after we come out of the feeding, if Badass gets a better run than Miss Devious, he may be able to try and make something happen going into the Chimera. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle there from Miss Devious as she was getting under the power there, and that's going to cost her, like we said, a little bit of time. Every little wiggle costs time here. Slap that like and tickle that share, folks. It shows we care. Hey, we appreciate you, Kelty. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of you who've liked and shared the stream here so far today. Also noted, if watching on Facebook, we do, of course, have a MacMillan Cancer Support button there for everybody. If you're able to donate to MacMillan Cancer Support, there is a safe, secure, a little pink donation button at the bottom of the Facebook right beside the comments. You just push the button and, of course, follow the prompts. It takes you to a safe, secure website through Facebook, and all the money goes directly to MacMillan Cancer Support. We appreciate everybody that has donated in the past and plans on doing so also in the future. We love you for it. Bo Snipe here in third place, and Streeter Tom is closing in. He's in that slipstream range here now. He can see the back bumper of that silver BMW up in front, and he is pushing. Oh, we got a yellow flag up ahead, and it's LJ. Oh no, LJ has fallen victim to the feeding. Oh, we got to go take a look at that, chat. We got to go take a look. Oh, hold on. That's not going to work. We need a longer replay. Alright, so let's see what happens here as we're coming out of Dragon's Breath. Everything looks real good. And, oh, he just clips the inside part of that wall. And, oh, and then, of course, has to let that traffic go by. So, LJ currently, who was sitting in second place, falling victim to the feeding, and that's our second driver of the night here, ladies and gentlemen, falling victim to that ever so infamous circuit corner section here. So the Dragon should be happy here tonight. Very well fed. Couple cars sacrificed to our gods here in Croatia. And we have Jakey here in P4 now. We've got Larry Birch up into P5. We've got CRF in 6th. We've Nolander up into 7th. Paymay's now up into 8th. LJ comes out in 9th place, so he's got that car fixed up. He's got some work to do. Smiley here in 10th. We've got Tattooed Freak here in 11th place. G-Bub coming into pit lane here. It looks like his final stop of the night. Badass going to take P12 as he comes through here. And Miss Devious is just coming out of pit lane. So Knutson is right on her tail here. So she's getting waved that blue flag. As Knutson comes in, she's going to give way to him. So just taking a wider line into the corner. Great job by Miss Devious here. She's going to get a nice run now. If she has the pace on that first place driver, she is allowed to unlap herself. But of course, that is a decision at that driver's risk here, ladies and gentlemen. These are our pro drivers. We do support their 588. We've been chilling a while, but 588 day flex coming from Kilty. Let's get a hashtag Kilt up in the chat. Oh, that is legendary, everybody. Absolutely legendary. Got John coming in with 133-day flex. Hey, big love, big love. We got Paul coming in with a 462-day followage on the page as well. Legends. Absolute legends. A lot of you. We appreciate absolutely undying support from this community. Streeter Tom here in P3, and he is all over Bo Snipe now. So, driver's grandfathered up a position onto the podium here, and that's not. And now Streeter Tom's like, hey, I see second place now. Oh, let's go. So Streeter Tom waiting for the moment to try and get around Bo Snipe. That puts Apex Racing's Jakey 6.2 seconds in behind the podium here currently. Are we going to see some different drivers on the podium here tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Wouldn't that be something? The reverse grid definitely throwing a big wrench in the program here midway through our season today. Fantastic stuff. I'm still wet behind the ears here. Happy and healthy, enjoying these comms. We appreciate you, Paul. We really do. Nolander up at a P6, and Nolander starting to have a doozy of a race for himself here. LJ up into 7th, 8 seconds in behind Nolander. Smiley's now up into 8th place. We got Freak in 9th. We've got Badass here in P10 with Larry Birch just in behind here in 11th. Paymay now down into 12th place. So all these drivers making pit stops, and it's just shuffling the order around here big time. G-Bub here in 13th. Miss Devious rounding on our field here in 14th. And you can see Knutson just up ahead of her here. So Knutson has not really been able to drive away from Miss Devious at all. Not even a tiny little bit. Am I ignoring my YouTubers? I don't think I'm getting my YouTube chat. Oh yeah, I'm getting it. Okay. Sorry, YouTubers. I thought I was ignoring y'all. I love ya. Alright, so we have Knutson here. And looking solid. He's got 16 minutes to go yet here. Well, I don't know if these tires are going to go 16 minutes, so we may see another pit stop coming from Knutson yet. We got Bo Snipe here in second place. He's got a 20-second gap on these drivers as well, so it's going to potentially make for an interesting race finish here. Streeter Tom falling a little bit behind Bo Snipe here. Maybe a little bit of an incident or a wiggle, just costing him a little bit of time there. Losing some time to Bo Snipe. 2.6 seconds is that gap, but that's now allowed, and you can just see the man coming in the distance here, Apex Racing's Jakey, to close in to 3.4 seconds. So must have been just a tiny little mistake made there by Tom, and Jakey can smell that BMW up ahead here, as it's only 4.5 seconds now. CRF is in no man's land right now in P5. He's in a good spot for a nice solid race finish here again, and this is Mr. Consistent this season, ladies and gentlemen. He has had strong top half grid finishes all season long, and he's just really just kept himself out of trouble. So everybody better look out for this driver right here, because he could be a sleeper this season. We got LJ up into P6, and after an unfortunate incident in the feeding there, sacrificing that car, he's found himself off the podium here in the race tonight. We've got Smiley here in 7th place, and he's having a good race here for Flying Fox Racing, and his leg's starting to grow a little bit here. Tattooed in 8th place. We've got Badass here in 9th. We've got Larry here in 10th place. Nolander right in behind, 1.5 seconds in 11th place. Top 10s are his goals here for the season. He's just outside that, but you can see that driver, Payme, chasing both these guys down here in 12th place, and that boy from Bama can drive. So we wouldn't be surprised to see a battle coming from Payme here. We got 13th place driver G-Bub, as he was our first victim to the feeding here tonight, and Miss Devious here rounding out the field in 14th place. So it is Knutson moving up the road. 14 minutes remaining here tonight, and boy, interesting race. No worries about us. We are watching a race. Hey, gotta worry about my YouTubers, man. We love you just as much over there. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Knutson decides to do here. He definitely, in my opinion, those soft tires are not going to make. They're not going to make the rest of the race here tonight. So I think he's going to have to pit. And that leaves Bull Snipe needing to really try and start pushing to gain some time here. It looks like he has the fuel, and it looks like he definitely has some tire underneath of him here. But again, these drivers know better than I do. I'm just a guy sitting in the box, bringing all the action on your big screens at home. Much love to DMJ Vroom Room, our presenters here this series. Of course, this is our North American division. This is Choice of Weapons Season 3, Round 5 at Dragontrail Seaside, partnered with LWR Design, WPR Hot Laps, DDR Racing, GT Omega, and Fanatec. And, of course, much love to Miss Devious for the amazing track maps she always provides us every week here at the page. They're absolutely spectacular, and the hard work she really put into this one here this week with the Dragon Mythology. She really went down into the roots of Croatia to come up with this track map here this week. So much love to Miss Devious. She went and tickled a little interest bone of your commentator here this week. So it's been a lot of fun preparing for this broadcast. We got Streeter Tom here in 6th place. We got Smiley here in 7th. We've got Tattooed Freak in 8th. We've got Badass in 9th. We've got Larry here in 10th. We've got Nolander right there in 11th. He's under fire from Payme right now. Oh yeah, Payme is on top of Nolander. Let's jump on board with Payme here and see what Payme does as we come in towards, oh, a nice little curve hop there. Oh, and Nolander just getting a little unsettled, so here we go. Who's gonna give? Nolander's going to back out. He wants no part of that. He's going to give that position to Payme there. And Payme is going to move up into P11 here as we come in through the feeding. So Nolander making a racer's decision right there, ladies and gentlemen, deciding just to get out of that and not force a bad situation there. So GG's to Nolander there, and Payme making his way up into P12. We got G-Bub in 13th and Miss Devious here in 14th. So it's not that she's not on pace here, ladies and gentlemen. She's made an extra pit stop over some of the drivers up in the lead. Millertime Gaming coming in with the raid. Much love, my dude. Appreciate you. Welcome in to the MTG squad. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Hi, Stash. It's raid. So, Knutson had to make that pit stop. We were wondering if he was going to have to make that pit stop, and he most certainly did. So that now puts Bull Snipe back in the lead, but Knutson came out right in behind. I don't know what happened to... We're missing a driver somewhere. Maybe had to make a pit stop. To Streeter Tom there, but he's down into P6, so it's Bull Snipe now in the lead with Knutson right there on his tail, 3/4 of a second. So it is battle on. We got Apex Racing's Jakey now up into P3 here, and he's got a good gap to a 4th place driver, CRF here. CRF is under pressure. Oh, nope, he's coming up on Miss Devious here, our 14th place driver. So Apex LJ is under fire here from Streeter Tom, and Streeter Tom is side by side as we come out of slumber heading into Chimera. And it's going to be an easy move there for Streeter Tom, putting LJ down into P6, so it's a P5 move there for Streeter Tom. Smiley's here in 7th place, and he's got a nice little gap between him and everybody else right now. He just needs to keep it right and tight, and he'll get a good solid finish. We got Apex Racing's Tattooed here in 8th place. We've got TCR's Badass in 9th, and he has Larry Birch still very close in behind here in 10th place. We've got Payme in 11th, 2.3 seconds in behind, and now that clock's down to 10 minutes. Now these drivers are thinking about their position. They're looking at that timing board right now. They're getting that information from their crew chiefs, And now they're going to start making their moves. We got Nolander in 13th, 1.3 seconds in behind, and Miss Devious is getting some work done to that race car. So, all right, here we go. Nice pass by Payme. Hey, very nice pass made by Payme. Back to the front of the pack here. Bo Snipe still holding the race lead down here, and he has Knudsen chasing him down here. So I think it's just a matter of time before we see this battle develop. We'll have to wait and find out. But right now, Bo Snipe is just keeping Knudsen at bay here currently as we come through Chimera on lap 25. So we're going to be starting lap 20. Sorry, he's going to be starting lap 25 here as we come across start finish line, which is just up in front of the camera here. I'm sorry about the flashing. I can't get rid of that, unfortunately. And it's going to be Knudsen here in the draft. So let's see what Bo Snipe does here. How is Bo going to respond? Knudsen's going to obviously move up the inside. We're not going to see a defense coming from Bo Snipe here. And Knudsen is going to take the lead back from Bo Snipe. So Knudsen back up into the lead of this race. And let's take another look at that. Absolutely great pass there. And great driving by our first and second place drivers, Knudsen and Bo Snipe. Bo Snipe, first race of the season for him. So very nice job. Very well done by both these drivers here today. And they're going to continue that battle on down the racetrack here. Let's go take a look, see what's happening everywhere else. We've got Apex Racing's Jakey here. He's holding on to that third place right now. He's got 13 seconds on CRF in fourth place. He's got a nice little gap. He's just got to not make any mistakes here at this point. Streeter Tom, however, a little bit of a different situation. He's just made his way around Apex LJ, but ATK Streeter Tom here starting to open that gap up a little bit on our sixth place driver. That's Smiley here now in seventh place. We have Tattooed Freak here in eighth. We've got Badass here in ninth place with Larry Birch. Oh, and Badass just got it a little bit wrong there. Larry's going to grab that position. Badass does a great job of keeping it out of the wall, and Payme's going to grab a freebie there, and that puts Payme up into the top 10 as well. Oh my, poor Badass. And a moment there from Badass as he just wiggled that car, and that allowed two drivers to get around here. And oh, just a little bit of a slide as he was coming up the hill there. Great job though, great recovery by Badass in that red BMW there. Keep that thing out of the wall and out of trouble. G-Bub here gaining on Badass, now 3.7 seconds in 12th place. Nolander here in 13th, and that crew taking a little bit of a peek here at that race car of Miss Devious is here in 14th place. So Knudsen now in the lead of this race. And 2.2 seconds is that gap. Now we do know obviously that he's on fresher tires than the second place driver, but that doesn't mean anything. The driver can still make a mistake. That driver can still fall victim to the feeding. At this point, does Knudsen want to continue to push through that corner, or just make sure he's getting through that corner safely? That's up to our first place driver. Jakey starting to reel Bo Snipe in. 7 minutes remaining. He's knocked about a second off of him in the last couple of laps. Ooh, he got a little bit wide there. Very fortunate he didn't lose traction on the rear end of that car. CRF here in fourth place, and CRF's chilling, man. He is just chilling. He is still close enough if one of these drivers makes a big enough mistake to grab a position, but also far enough away from Streeter Tom right now where he doesn't have to worry about defending or protecting too much. He can just continue running his race. Streeter Tom now 4 seconds on our sixth place driver LJ from Apex Sim Racing. Smiley from Flying Fox Racing here, of course. Only Flying Fox racer in the Pro Division here this season, but he's looking real solid here in P7. Of course, missing last week. Tattooed Freak here in P8. He's having a good run here tonight as well. We've got Payme here doing quite well. He's found his way around Larry Birch now, and he's gotten himself up into 9th place. So Larry dropping down to 10th place. And that leaves Badass chasing him 2.9 seconds in behind. G-Bub still trying to track a Badass down here, but not really losing pace, maintaining pace currently with that 11th place driver up ahead. And Nolander here in 13th, only 6.9 seconds in behind. So interesting race tonight here at Seaside, that's for sure. Rob Red, hold in there, Bo. He's doing a great job. Alright, so we got Knudsen here. 4.2 seconds is the gap from this driver here in first place. And, well, looking cozy up there in first place right now. Bo Snipe, he's got 7 seconds on our two-time defending champion, Apex Racing's Jakey here in third place. So, ooh, and Jakey has some front-end damage on this race car here. So, not sure what happened to Jake there, but losing some pace now on those front drivers. So now Jake's concern is this driver right here who has no car damage. 12 seconds is that gap. So can Jakey maintain a good enough pace not to let CRF close in here in the next 5 minutes? Streeter Tom here in P5, and Streeter Tom's closing in on CRF slowly but surely, but that clock is starting to run out on these drivers. LJ here in 6th, we've got Smiley in 7th, we've got Freak here in 8th place. It's going to be Paymay here in 9th. Larry Birch in 10th, and he has Badass starting to lurk. Just 1.6 seconds in behind here now, so starting to close in is Badass. G-Bub 3.2 seconds in behind Badass, starting to close in on him a little bit, and oh, poor Nolander. Having a moment there. He's got some damage on that car here. Ooh, in P13, you can see him really struggling now with that front arrow, not quite grabbing like it's supposed to on that racetrack. So some of these drivers just not having the best of days here. We're starting to go in tonight, so over we go. 4 minutes remaining in this race as we're starting to get a little bit darker on the racetrack here as Knudsen comes around Hall of Bones, and he is 4.8 seconds up the road, and he just is cruising. He's in cruise control right now, just maintaining that pace. Bow Snipe is still right there. He's still more than aware that Bow Snipe is right there. Any mistake by Knudsen and Bow could be there to capitalize on it in a heartbeat. Currently sitting in 2nd place, having a good drive here so far as well. We've got Apex Jakey here in 3rd place. We've got CRF here in 4th. And CRF is closing in on Jakey here. He knocked a second and a bit off of him that last time around, but with only 3.5 minutes remaining in the race, I don't know if it's going to be enough time. We've got Tom in 5th, and, well, the field quite spread out here at the end of the race now. At this point, we've got LJ in 6th. We've got Smiley in 7th. Tattooed Freak in here in 8th. Paymay's gotten away from Larry and Badass, but Larry Birch here in 10th, so we have seen a position change here as G-Bub's now up into P11. Oh, and Badass has some rear spoiler damage on that race car, so not sure there, but down into P12 here now, and Nolander here in 13th, and boy, it's been a tough race for some of our drivers, and we still got that crew looking at that race car of Misdevious, so it's going to be Knudsen here as he comes around to start lap 29, and it's going to be a 30-lap endeavor here for our drivers tonight in this pro division. Bow Snipe coming around, he's going to start lap 29 here as well, and Jakey's going to come around, he's going to start lap 29, and he is definitely fighting that race car for a while here. We have CRF in 4th place, not closing up quick enough on that 3rd place driver in front. We got Streeter Tom here. He's closing up on CRF, but again, just not enough maybe potentially to make anything happen here unless something happens to that driver in front. Got LJ here in 6th. We've got Smiley in 7th. We've got, oh, Tattooed has fallen victim to the feeding, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Our 3rd victim of the night here in the feeding, and just as he's coming out of the exit, oh, and Paymay just in behind as well. So the feeding, the Dragons are out in force now, ladies and gentlemen, as they claim 2 victims in a row there. And oh, it is just falling apart for a couple of these drivers right at the end of the race here. It's Bo in 2nd, it's Jake in 3rd, it's CRF in 4th, now it's Streeter Tom in 5th, LJ's in 6th, Smiley's in 7th. That puts Larry in 8th place here, and a 3-second penalty. Okay. That puts G-Bub in 9th place. That puts Badass here in 10th. He may have gotten a passing with a caution penalty there, potentially, is actually what that may be. We have Nolander here in 11th, and we've got a couple of drivers getting these cars fixed up here as well. That didn't end so well for Paymay and Tattooed Freak there on the 2nd last lap of the race. So Knudsen coming around to start his final lap here with just a minute remaining on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Bow Snipe going to start his final lap of the race. We've got Jakey. He's going to start his final lap of the race here as well, holding on to P3. We got CRF coming around. He's 10 seconds in behind. He'll be starting lap 30 here shortly as well, as he's just coming around Chimera there right now. Streeter Tom just in behind. He'll be doing his 30th lap here tonight as well on the racetrack. So here we go, Tom coming through, and he's going to get across that line. He's going to continue on down the road. LJ in 6th place. He's also going to come across that line. Time to spare, so another lap for LJ. We got Smiley. Smiley's going to make this as well, so Smiley's going to come around one more time here for a 30th lap onto the track here as well. And we've got Mr. Larry Birch coming around. Is Larry going to get across in time? I do not think so. It's going to be very close between him and G-Bub making it across this line in time. And boy, oh boy, Larry's tires are looking a little done. Oh, and it is not a race finish for Larry Birch. Yes, it is a race finish for Larry Birch, and G-Bub finishing in 9th place there. So that's going to leave Badass coming around here in 10th place here today. So great job here from TCR's Badass as well. We'll get back to our race leaders in just a moment, folks. We got Nolander. Nolander's going to pick up a P11 there with those mistakes from Freak and Payme. Payme's going to salvage a P12 here. Freak's going to salvage a 13th position here. And let's get back up to the front of the pack. We got one driver, and it's going to be Knutson coming around for the race win here tonight. And it's Bo Snipe in 2nd place. So the first race win of his season here this season going to Knutson in round 5. Bo Snipe in his first race of the season coming in 2nd place. We've seen that a lot this season. New drivers coming in and landing themselves on podiums. So gonna have a little bit of a different talk on the podiums here tonight. We've got Apex Racing's Jakey here in 3rd place as well. CRF going to come around. He's going to bring home a P4 finish for himself, and his first race is an Apex Sim Racer, so great job to him. ATK Streeter Tom coming around with a nice P5 finish here tonight for himself as well, and the drivers that kept their cars the safest seem to have done the best here tonight. We've got Apex Racing's LJ here in 6th place. That's going to bring Smiley around, and the last driver to cross the checker flag here tonight in 7th place. Miss Devious is going to round out our field here in 14th. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to NLR Knutson. First DMJ North American Choice of Weapon race win. Yeah, one disconnected. Yeah, we lost Lucas. You betcha. He was racing off a mobile hotspot today, so I'm not overly surprised to see that we lost him today. All right, so unofficial race results here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, unofficial because now the drivers will have 24 hours to file any incident reports if they feel necessary. Then the stewards will take a look at those reports, make their assessment, file. Of course, if there's any penalties, they'll assess those penalties. If there is penalties, the drivers do have the right to appeal to said penalty, and then from there, we release the standings. So, and LR Knutson taking the race win here today, and it's going to be Bo Snipe in 2nd place. So 2 different drivers on the podium here tonight. We got Apex Racing's Jakey rounding out that podium in 3rd place and fastest lap on the racetrack. So bonus point going to Jake. CRF coming in 4th place with ATK Streeter Tom in 5th, Apex LJ in 6th, Smiley from Flying Fox Racing coming home in 7th place, and Apex Racing's Larry Birch in 8th. G-Bub coming in 9th place, top 10 finish for him here tonight, with Badass finishing out the 10th and final top 10 spot here tonight as well, and he was in that BMW M6 here as well, so lots of M6s tonight. We had Rad Nolander coming in P11, so just falling a little short here tonight. Payme in 12th with Tattooed Freak right in behind at 13th. Of course, both those drivers suffering the fate of defeating there right at the end of the race, and Lucas disconnecting there during the race, finishing in P15. So Miss Devious in 14th as well. Take our little screenshot here. All right, save that replay. Whoop whoop. All right. So, wow, that was interesting, chat. That was juicy. That was a juicy race. Well done, all. Happy I watched. Hey, appreciate you, Rob. Bo Snipe, awesome. Well done, my guy. I messed my race up so bad. Sorry, stoked for you on that one. Of us did a great job. Right, that's right. Bo Snipe is a rad driver. Congratulations, Knutson. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We appreciate you, Sam. We appreciate you, my guy. So we're just waiting for the drivers to settle into the podium interviews. We got one. Not sure if we'll see Knutson or not. I'm not sure if he's aware of the procedure for podiums or not. But we do have Bull Snipe with us. We know Jakey knows the procedure. just doing our little clickety clackety clackety clickety thing, you know what we do as a streamer. And let's give our drivers a few minutes to get into the interview room here. So, wow, what can we say? That was some crazy racing. There was lots of battling happening on the racetrack here. All the pro drivers doing what the pro drivers do week in and week out, putting on an incredible race here at DMJ. So, only 4 victims here that we caught on camera here tonight anyways at the feeding, aka the death chicane. So overall not too bad, but the people of Croatia, of course, in the town surrounding the racetrack here would be sleeping at rest tonight, knowing that 4 race cars were sacrificed to our dragons here this evening. So the track burying its teeth as always in Dragontrail Seaside, and we got to do this one more time yet, ladies and gentlemen. We got Pro-Am division tomorrow night yet, so we have a whole nother set of drivers to see if they can tame Dragontrail Seaside here tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time as well at GT45 Gaming. So much love to DMJ Vroom Room, LWR Designs, WPR Hot Laps, DDR, Hemi Rolls for the evening, GT45 Gaming. So alright, let's see who's we got up in here. There we go. All right, we got all our drivers. Fantastic. Okay, we'll let Nutson finish up here. All right. Okay, gentlemen. All right, ladies. Oh, my stuff's. All right, gentlemen. Can we do some interviews here? Perfect, thank you. Fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we do have our drivers in here. They were having a little discussion there behind the scenes, so let's get all through this here. So let's go talk to our 2-time defending champion, Apex Racing's Jakey. Tough racing out there tonight. He had to start all the way in the back of the grid, of course, reverse grid based off championship point standings here this evening for our race at Dragontrail Seaside. So talk us through your race. It was definitely a long haul for you here tonight. You had a little bit of an unfortunate collection incident there at one point in the race, took some damage, and did that modify your pit strategy at all? And just talk us how that race was.
Yeah, it was eventful starting at the back. I was hoping there was going to be a bit more gap between me and the front of runners, so I could get a nice clean run on the first lap, warm my tyres up, and it just didn't happen. I ended up right in the middle of the chaos by the end of the S's, so just needed to be careful. I think a couple of drivers knew that as well, definitely. But yeah, it was all good fun coming through the pack, and yeah, that was just unfortunate sitting there. When you're spinning, there's 2 lines to a corner. I just chose the wrong one, unfortunately. I hope no one else picked up damage as well from that.
I'm not 100% sure on that off the top of my head, but well, you know, a tough racetrack. Obviously, Dragontrail Seaside has a reputation. 30 times through the feeding here this evening, the Deshicane, aka. How does that play on your nerves as a race car driver, knowing you got to go through that 30 different times?
It's interesting, definitely. I found the line before the physics update and was able to get it consistently. And it feels a bit different coming out of the first part of the chicane now compared to what it was previous updates. So it was definitely something to adjust to, but I was able to get it done for the most part. I think lap 26 it was, I was pretty much falling asleep. I'm tired at the moment, so I ended up hitting the chicane. It was just a little pinball, nothing major, and was just able to keep third from CRF. It was about 8 to 10 seconds behind in the end, I think. So he closed the gap pretty significantly.
Absolutely, and I mean, well, tough racing out there. I think there wasn't too many cars on the racetrack that didn't suffer some sort of fate or some kind of meeting with barrier at some point on this racetrack here tonight. But managing to still come out with a podium, and you're going to come out with fastest lap as well. You also got the fastest lap on the racetrack, so that bonus point, was that on your mind as well here tonight?
Yeah, that was crucial without the qualifying for pole position. So made sure I got myself some clean air in the second stint and went for it, and luckily it helped.
Absolutely, and I mean, definitely going to see a big change in championship point standings here today now. So, some interesting things happening behind you through some of the drivers, of course, that are chasing you currently in the championship point standings. So, you're going to have a little bit of a cushion here moving into round 6, which I believe is Tokyo next week, ladies and gentlemen. So, what's your thoughts on, of course, the city streets of Tokyo, and how do you feel about your chances next week for a race win?
It's gonna be definitely interesting next week. Tight course, plenty of walls, very high speed. It's just gonna be who's got the gonads to push it to the absolute limit. That's where you're gonna be able to get the win.
Absolutely. Well, not no three-peat for you here tonight, but happy with the race result here.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely happy.
And of course, anything you want to add to your race and any shoutouts.
Shout out to you, DMJ, putting it on. Apex, the team pushing me always. Um, who else am I going to shout out? The fans obviously coming and watching every week, and the drivers for turning up. It's always great racing news.
Absolutely, and well, appreciate you, and we'll let you get back to the clubhouse and go debrief with the team there back in behind the garage. Congratulations on a great race, third place finish tonight in your race, and we'll see you next week in Tokyo.
Indeed, indeed. Catch you soon. Take care, guys.
Well done, Jake.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, newcomer coming in mid-season here, round 5 to start. He is on that wait list for that full-time position. We had a driver unable to make it today, so he was able to get that car off the truck, get it into pit lane, get it tested, get it tuned, and get it on track. The man got thrown to the wolves tonight. He got thrown on pole position in an absolutely blazing fast lobby. And boy, oh boy, was he up to the task tonight. Mr. Bo Snipe coming in for our Rad Racing as well, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct on that?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
All right. So, of course, Nolander also in the Pro Division. The man behind Rad Racing, and Bo Snipe most recently joining in with the group there. So, first race season, second place finish. How you feeling?
Feels wonderful. I was a bit nervous starting on pole because of the starting grid based on championship points. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but just focused on what I knew how to do and did that. Yeah, I overall happy with the result. Wasn't sure I was going to go because I know the pace of every individual in this lobby and this group. I thought it was going to be tough to maintain position, but the circumstances appeared to work out in my favor on this one. Took advantage of a great starting spot, that is for sure. Had a great starting spot and took full advantage of it. So happy with the result.
Absolutely, and I mean, interesting race. I mean, you got a great race start too. As those lights went green, you got a great start off the start-finish line. You got an immediate little gap from the pack, and well, I mean, the pack, you just everybody's sorting themselves out through the first couple laps of the race. Little battles happening here and there, and little mistakes being made by some of the drivers as well. Allowed the top 4 or 5 drivers, so you guys to really kind of get away early on. So. Obviously, you kept your car extremely safe. I don't even think we've seen too much of a mistake or a wiggle come out of you for the most part here tonight. But I guess what's on your mind when you like you just said, you know the type of pace from the drivers on the field that you're about to compete against. This is your first one of the season competing against these guys. What's going through your mind, and how do you calm yourself down to get focused for the task at hand?
Yeah, I don't know that I ever got really calmed down. I didn't want to look bad or make a bad first impression, that they say about first impressions. So I just tried to focus on what I needed to do to run a pace that I was comfortable with and that I felt would keep me out of trouble, and just let the circumstances dictate, where, the rest of the race. Yeah, the biggest thing was just being hyper focused at the chicane, at the death chicane. That was a big thing. The rest of the lap pretty smooth. It's kind of muscle memory, practice, but death chicane, I don't think you can practice that enough. I think you're hyper focused every lap going through there to make sure you get through it safely.
Absolutely. And when you see Nuts and Pit later on late in the race, what was going through your mind there? Did you think that maybe you had that shot there? And then he came out of pit lane right in behind you. Did you think that you had enough to hold him off for the last 10 minutes of the race?
The only thing I was questioning was whether he had gotten a set of tires or not. I thought if he was on used softs, I might have a shot, but it appeared that he had time to get tires, and then whatever splash of fuel, whatever he needed to get to the end, and once when he caught me, he was faster. I tried to put up a little fight, but I didn't want to endanger my finish, on the worn tires that I had. I didn't have a lot of fight with those tires, so I put up a little fight. But once he got there, and I knew he was faster, I gave him a lane to go, and picked a spot where we both would lose the least amount of time. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought about it for a second, trying to understand what he was doing, but it was once he caught me, I knew he had got a tire, so he was going to be better.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. All those sim racers out there, and even the real racers out there. Very good hyper awareness from our second place finisher, Bo Snipe, realizing that there's two situations going on behind him with that pit stop from NLR Knudsen, and making a very smart racing decision in a sense. And maybe today wasn't his day for that win, but he's going to come home with a very solid second place finish for himself here tonight in his first race of the season. So sometimes it pays just to give up a spot every now and again. But great racing from you here tonight. Anything I guess you want to add to your race here tonight, and any shout outs?
Yeah, just the biggest thing, first race, with the group, with DMJ. Just wanted to show myself well, and learn as much as I could. And if you try to race or push, when you don't have the equipment to do it, you're looking to lose a lap or lose time or not learn everything you're trying to learn. So very important that I got every lap in as clean as I could and learned as much as I could. So real happy that I was able to do that. Like I said, took advantage of a great starting spot. Want to thank everyone at DMJ for welcoming me in. Appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate the exposure that you give us, Ghost. Great series. Appreciate all you do for us. Thank you to all the competitors. They were all very welcoming over the last few days, welcoming me into the series. So really appreciate that. Big shout out to Rad. First podium for myself as a Rad member. So big shout out to Rad, to Team Rad. Looking forward to getting the opportunity to compete in that series once they get that rolling as well. So uh, great job by Knudsen. Congratulations to him. He was the better driver today. Well done, Jakey, to kind of have to come to the field like he did. Great job by him as well to come from where he had to come to grab a podium. So great job by all them.
Absolutely, and Nolanders in the chat just absolutely throwing all kinds of praise towards this newly acquired driver. So Nolander quite happy with the results here both night. But great race finish and Tokyo next week. So City Circuit. I mean, how do you feel about that? Hoping all the drivers show up next week.
Yeah, yeah. All you want a full field always. You know, if you're gonna try to race for a win or race, and finish on the podium, you want everybody there so there's no excuses. Nobody can point a finger and go, well, this wasn't a day, So yeah, want a full field. Lots of practice to be done. Familiar with it clockwise, but I'm not as familiar with it counterclockwise. So there's lots of work to do there.
Absolutely. Well, definitely can't wait to see what you're going to bring back in store for us here next week as well. So congratulations on your first podium of the season.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's try not to keep this man waiting too much longer here. The man of the hour today, Mr. NLR Knudsen. All the way from Denmark, racing here in the NA Series with us here this season, and he looked absolutely spectacular out there. This man had no fear. He absolutely tamed Dragontrail Seaside here. Great strategy coming from this driver. Congratulations, man. Absolutely great racing from you here tonight. The first win of the season for you. Been looking good all season long, so talk us through it, my man. How'd it go for you tonight?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that it actually went so well because all the practice lobby we have been in, there has been so much chaos from the starting line to T1. So yeah, that was basically my main concern actually.
And of course, getting a good start at the front of the grid too. Obviously, that helps out a little bit. Starting fourth on the grid here tonight. What was your goal at the race start? Just to try to get away clean and just try to get in some clean air.
Mainly my goal normally is just to keep up with Jakey actually.
Well, you most certainly did a good job of that here tonight. You're looking really good there. When we're going through the field and watching through all the drivers go through the chicane, aka the feeding, aka the death chicane, however you viewers out there want to call it, you were really flying through there. You were coming out of there, 37, 138, 140 mile an hour. Is that just a lot of practice and just used to the track, or are you comfortable with the track? You looked really good out there tonight. So did you come in with a plan, and did you stick to that plan tonight?
Nah, I just think that the new update with the new tire model and new physics and everything, that is a big bonus actually, because normally the car jumps like from the left to right when you're going full out in that death chicane. So when I found out that it was basically possible to go flat out, then basically the only way to do it, I think.
Absolutely. Well, you got to have a little bit of courage to really maximize this racetrack, and you definitely seem to have the most courage out of the whole field here tonight, finding yourself on, first place, first one of the season. So midway through the season, find yourself on the top of the podium. What's your goal going through the last half of the season here now?
Yeah, basically, just keep up with the fastest guys. I think just got a lucky night actually. Like basically the most lucky thing for me that was Jakey. He was starting in the last place, so he's normally the guy I fight with actually, I think. And Payme, of course, he's also insanely fast. So I was just waiting for all the fast guys to catch me up, but lucky for me, they never did actually.
Absolutely, and I mean, you kept your car safe and sound. You kept it in all the right places. You made some good racing decisions out there. You had a nice, good, clean fight to take the race lead back very late on, and then you just drove it home. So just a very well planned out strategic race here from you today, and of course a little bit of courage to survive the racetrack and putting that BMW on the top of the podium here tonight. So I guess anything you want to add to your race here tonight, and any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, I want to shout out to the whole field actually. The great driving for everyone, and especially for the new guy in second place, having his wits about him and not fight when he knows that I'm on better tires and everything. So it's not often, but when you meet a guy like that, yeah, he basically should have the biggest shout out, I think.
Absolutely, and I really do appreciate that. It was nice to see some fresh faces standing on the podium here in DMJ Season 3 Round 5, so maybe we'll be seeing a little more nuts. And how do you feel about Tokyo for next week? Is that one of your better tracks or one of your not so better tracks?
Is it that layout with the container section in it, or is it without that?
No, it's the other layout, the long layout.
Man, yeah. I'm not scared of Tokyo because in the German league I race with another racing team. We have we also have a race in this upcoming weekend on Tokyo, but it's the section with the container section in it. So yeah, the M6 is pretty fast now, so I don't expect to use all three cars because I have missed a couple of races. So I'm gonna put my yeah, my race for rest of the season with the M6. So, and for me it handles awesome actually. So with the new physics and everything. So yeah, just a lucky one, I guess.
Absolutely, well, definitely lots to be happy about with a first place finish here in round 5. So, congratulations! Got an absolute smile on my face to see you standing on the top of the podium here tonight, and congratulations! I know it's very very late where you are. We appreciate you taking the extra time to come talk to us, and hope you have a good rest of your morning.
Yeah, it's not so late. It's only 10 minutes to 5 in the morning. So
Absolutely, it takes dedication.
Yeah, I know what was signing up for. So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's nice and easy. So it's quiet here where I am. So it's
Perfect.
nice actually. So and the whole field in DMJ, they basically it's not every day you find such a clean, completely field to race against actually. So yeah, I like it, but it's not every time I can race because of the time difference. So I'm gonna race when I can actually.
Well, you've done a great job so far, and you'll be holding a decent little plant on the standings here now with that big fat 32 points you just reeled in for yourself here today with that race win. So, congratulations and good luck on the next one.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I hope it's gonna be a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, race recap. Where do we even start? I mean, race start, it's Dragontrail Seaside. You have 15 cars barreling down at full speed on cold racing tires, different racing compounds, different cars, into turns 2 and 3 hollow bones. Typically, it is absolute chaos. Tonight, only one driver paid the price coming through there, and unfortunately, it was Tattooed Freak from Apex Sim Racing. I'm not sure exactly what happened or what caused it, but ended up going up sideways into the wall, picking up a little bit of damage. Had a great drive for himself, though, still coming back up and finishing up in 8th place on the grid. I believe that's actually where he started on the grid as well. So, solid finish right in the mid-pack here today for Tattooed Freak. We had newcomer Bo Snipe come in for Rad Racing. Qualified in throughout the weekend here and just squeaked into that pro division with his time splits, but boy oh boy, he definitely belongs in that pro division. He put on one heck of a show in his debut here this season, and we definitely look forward to seeing more of what Bo Snipe can do here at DMJ North America because, well, just another competitor stepping onto the track to add to the absolutely crazy intense action this pro lobby is already providing us here this season. We've seen some heartbreak moments, we've seen drivers we expect to see plow through that field from the back of the grid struggle tonight. Had to be patient, had to take their time, they had to pay that respect to the racetrack. And, well, we've seen why tonight. We've seen the feeding, the Deshicane, claim 4 victims for sure 4 victims tonight. So 4 cars sacrificed to the Dragons. The people of Croatia can sleep peacefully here tonight. But it was tough racing out there. We've seen lots of great battles. The moves were very decisive. We didn't see too many long, drawn-out side-by-side fights here at Seaside tonight, which is pretty typical here. It's a fairly wide racing track for the most part. So when you do make a move, there is lots of room to try and make it, well, very quickly and efficiently. And we've seen quite a bit of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all settles out throughout the week here. There's lots to reflect back on here at Dragontrail Seaside. It's always a race that whispers in the background through the Discord server for days, sometimes weeks after they happen. This track, it just has a way with race car drivers, let me tell you. It showed its claws, it showed its teeth, it flapped those wings around a little bit here today at Seaside, but overall, the drivers survive and conquer. So great racing here from DMJ Vroom Room North America, Choice of Weapons Season 3, and this was round 5 here tonight. So with that being said, it's sad, it's all over. That was a really great race, I know, ladies and gentlemen, but we got the Pro-Am division tomorrow night, so we get to do it all over again with a whole fresh new set of drivers, fresh new set of cars, and a fresh new set of strategies. So the track will get one more crack to fight back at our race car drivers here tomorrow night in the Pro-Am division at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live right here on GT45 Gaming Facebook and YouTube channel. We'll have to see what our Pro-Ams have in store. The pros made it look pretty easy, but could the Pro-Ams do the same thing? They had a little advantage. They get to come see what the pros did for pit stop strategies. They came to see how they faced certain situations on the racetrack. Lots and lots to take from the race here tonight, of course, for the Pro-Am division. So, of course, lots of teammates in the Pro-Ams with the pros. There's going to be a lot of information passed back and forth between teams and, of course, between the competitors and each other, because that's what they do here, man. They're a community. They don't hold nothing back from each other. They share everything with each other here, and it provides for great racing on the racetrack. So, much love to the drivers. Can't do it without them. The fans, all you guys, gals, little boys and little girls out there hanging out, watching, cheering your favorite uncle or your dad, maybe your mom, maybe a brother. We appreciate you. The drivers get so excited knowing that they're going to be on somebody's TV, somebody watching, somebody cheering, somebody rooting them on. It absolutely just amps up the intensity level of their racing tenfold, because they know that we have amazing viewers like all you guys at home tuning in every week, showing that love. So we do appreciate every single one of you out there hanging out with us here each week, each round, each division. It's a blast. It's really good. Huge love to Miss Devious for the track map again, coming up with some massive research on this one. She really dug deep into what Croatia is all about, right down to their roots, their ancestry, their ancient ancestry. So much love to Miss Devious for all that hard work. It's incredible to see the heart and soul from the drivers, the staff, and the series, and it just provides for great racing. So what else can I say? It was great action. We had great moments, lots of replay actions. We never seen anybody real brave the side by side through the chicane. And I would imagine we're not going to see much of that tomorrow night either. It's just an unspoken code amongst race car drivers. You just don't put it 2x2 through there if it's when it's unnecessary. So it'd be interesting to see how many victims the racetrack claims tomorrow night. But I don't know what else to say, but that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, of course, family-friendly broadcast. If you're watching this later on, we do appreciate y'all. And, well, the only thing we can do now is just send you off with a little bit of a tune with a message in behind it. So we appreciate y'all. We can catch up on chat a little bit, too. Watching all this action makes me itch and want to race now. Baby powder works wonders on a hot, swampy day. You did fantastic, Bo. Great race from Nolander. That was exhausting, says G-Bub. It was. You did great, Gary. That was a tough race out there. Grass top 3, well done by Alls. Off to bed. Oh, off to torment Cody B, and then off to bed. GG's GT45 driver and a great comms. Have a great night. Appreciate you, John. GG's beyond. Yeah, sounds good, Joe. I won't be on track, though. I don't even have my rig set up right now. What else we got? Just want to check on everything. We got Miller Time Gaming coming in with the raid. We did catch that. Nutson coming in with the thumbs up on the stream. Make sure we didn't miss anybody. We got Leandro coming in with that heart on the stream. Payment with the share. Appreciate that extra support with that share. Ian also with the share on the stream. Paul coming in with that heart. Ian coming in with that heart as well. Kilt coming in with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shares. Big time love coming from Kilt Racer. We got 108 comments, 16 reactions, and 10 shares on the stream tonight. Absolutely legendary, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all. You're the reason why these drivers keep popping them gears on the racetrack and trying to give it all they have week in and week out. Stay winning, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, you all matter. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises.